Okay, so Matt, beef bourguignon nachos. How did you come up with this one, my friend?
Well, Trace, it's taking a classic, a classic French dish that's comforting, it's rich, it's that comfort moment that we need during the holiday time. And, you spin it with a bit of a snack. I love snacks. I know you love snacks. I know our viewers love snacks. So it's combining nachos, a little bit of comfort food, and just making the ultimate sort of fun dish for people at home. The twist, the MDP twist. So that's how it came about. What do you think?
I love it. I'm so excited. Okay, so how do we, I'll take nachos like in any form possible. How do we start?
Yeah, so great question. So this is a complicated dish. Julia Child made beef bourguignon, really pop culture famous many, many years ago. Her recipe calls for a ton of steps. This one has over 20 ingredients, give or take. But what we want to do is we're going to simplify this for all of us at home because it's stressful enough. So either in a large bowl or a sealing bag, what I want to do is I want to marinate all of our flavors. So I'm going to put all of our first 12 ingredients that you have on the ingredient list that you can see online there. I want to put the first 12 all into our marinating bag. So starting with our beef. So you want either brisket, ground chuck, brisket or shoulder chuck, something that you can braise down that over time is going to be nice and tender, but it needs that time to do it. So in a bowl or in your bag, we've got our beef. Now, in every good beef bourguignon recipe, there calls for wine. So I'm using a Pinot Noir, earthiness to it, a lot of richness, absolutely stunning. That was one of Julia Child's favorites. So if it's good for Julia, Trace, it's good for us. What do you think?
So what kind of wine should people lean towards, and which ones should they kind of stay away from?
You know what? Great question. You want something that's going to have some earthiness to it. So something you could use a Shiraz, you could use a big Cabernet. By all means, you want something that's going to have some character and some boldness to it, it's going to hold that because you're cooking that down for a while. But you really want that flavor of that wine to come out in the dish,
nice.
Which you'll see and you'll taste. So I would stay away from a Merlot or something a little bit lighter. Into our marinating bag, we've got a quarter cup of EVO. We've got one white onion cubed up. And again, you can see, the preparation ahead of this dish can take some time, but once you get to it, you're rocking. I have carrots. I have some celery going in, a couple stalks of celery. I have a garlic. I like lots of garlic, so I have a bulb of garlic that we've done in there. One bay leaf. You can add a few. Now, parsley. In my recipe, call some to be divided, which we're going to garnish with. But I've got my parsley going in, curly parsley, fresh thyme, and a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. This is a little tip and trick. You can do this in a bowl, just like you can see, but I prefer to do this in a Ziploc bag. It actually takes up less fridge space, and you can just pop this and go, and it's a lot easier. It's sealed and ready to go. So a little tip, I do all my marinating in bags. I'll set it, I'll forget it. You can bring that over to your family's house or your friends if we're doing that at that point, and let's have some fun. So, as you can see, this is gonna go aside. I have this here, Trace. So we've got our marinating bag ready to go. I have actually pulled out our beef though, because to brown our beef, you want to pad always. When you're browning beef, you want to pad it dry. So I've taken this now. It's been in the fridge for over 2 hours. You can leave it up to 24 hours. I've just removed the beef. So now we have our marinating liquid and our veggies and our beef. So let's move over to the stove here where the action is happening. So first we want to season our pan. We're starting with bacon. So I want to always, the flavor of that meat and the flavor of that dish is going to come out in the bacon. So we have our dried beef. That's going to be popped in. And Trace, this is a one-pot meal. Beef bourguignon is the ultimate one-pot meal, which I know is up your speed, right? Everything goes in one pot. We sit, we have a glass of wine, and we chill. What do you think?
I think it makes it easy, and it's nice because you put like big, bold flavors in that one pot, and they all meld together, and you get a great meal.
Our beef is in. Our veg is in, our marination is in. I want to build that flavor. We're putting in our flour just to create a little bit of a base. So all of this is going to be in this one pot for around 3 hours or more. Our white onions, quartered, and we finish off with a little bit of pearl onions. So again, Tracy, in a normal time, as I've done here, and I'll show you, and we'll build nachos quickly, I want that to sit covered for 3 hours. So that's just going to sit that on a Sunday, read a book, watch TV, have a glass of wine, and away you go. But here it is, Trace. You asked for it. So our beef bourguignon, that as you can see, and we're doing that top-down shot there for everybody to see, but this is just rich. And look at the color of that. That red wine has really came out. you can just smell comfort. And so I want to go that you want this to cool a wee bit before everybody and the kids dig in. But look at the pieces of beef just coming off here. And I'm using a slotted spoon, as you can see, because we can keep some of that back. But that's a party. This is absolutely stunning. So get away from your regular, just beef nachos. This is what I'm talking about. That takes a little bit of time, but you might have everybody at your house over for the holiday time with a little beef bourguignon nachos. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking maybe I just want to eat that all for myself. Forget the company. Thanks, Matt.